bookworms, and welcome to the Book Up. I'm your host, Verdell Walker, and today we're doing a series spotlight. Some stories are just too good to fit into one book, and in this episode, we're exploring a book series that I think deserves your attention. I'll give you an overview of the series, highlight what makes it special, and share why I think it's worth the commitment. Let me give you the Book Up. Before we get down to business, I want to shout out Libby L., who left me a review that I had to read more than once. They wrote, Verdell has this rare ability to make you feel like you already know a book before you've opened it. I've recommended more books to friends this year than ever before, and every single one came from her pod. It's become a non-negotiable part of my routine. Wow. Thank you so much, Libby. Consider yourself a founding member of the Book Up fan club. If you want to be the next person I shout out on air, please go leave a review on Apple Podcast or Spotify. It only takes a minute, and those reviews really help the show reach more book lovers like you. Okay, let's talk about this incredible book series I want to share with you. Today, we're diving into the Between Earth and Sky trilogy by Rebecca Roanhorse. It's an epic fantasy series published by Simon & Schuster's Saga Press. It's made up of 3 novels, Black Sun, Fevered Star, and Mirrored Heavens, and takes place in a richly imagined pre-Columbian inspired world of city-states, religions, and rival powers where the gods are very real, very present, and very invested in human affairs. The series revolves around a core cast of characters, including Serapio, a young man shaped, quite literally, by prophecy and religious fanaticism, Shiala, a teak navigator with a siren song and a deeply guarded heart, and Narampa, the sun priest, trying to hold together both her faith and a political system that is actively crumbling around her. Now, what really makes this series stand out to me is its bold world building, morally complex characters, and its unflinching examination of power, belief, colonial violence, and what people are willing to sacrifice for the gods, nations, and futures they believe in. First, I want to talk about the world building because that is what pulled me in immediately. It is incredible how fully lived in the world of this series feels, from its clan systems and rituals to the way that religion and politics are completely entangled. Roanhorse does an amazing job of building a setting where belief isn't abstract or symbolic. It directly influences the course of events. Gods actually intervene in people's lives. Prophecies matter, and entire civilizations are shaped by who controls sacred knowledge, and just as importantly, who gets excluded from that. The characters are the other major standout, especially in how messy and human they are. Rebecca really refuses to give us easy heroes or villains here. Everybody is operating from a place of fear, devotion, ambition, or survival. And sometimes all 4 of those things at once. You are constantly being asked to sit with uncomfortable questions. What if the gods you serve demand something monstrous? What if the revolution you believe in causes just as much harm as the system you're trying to dismantle? These are the things that Rebecca really forces you to think about with her story. Now, everyone is drawn towards different characters in this series, y'all, but I am 100% a Serapio girly. There is something deeply tragic and unsettling about him, the way his entire life has been shaped by prophecy and devotion and other people's certainty about what he's supposed to become. Serapio barely has any room to figure out who he is outside of the prophecy that shapes his life. He's terrifying and tender at the same time, and watching him struggle between agency and destiny was endlessly compelling to me. And I am also the captain of the Shiala and Serapio ship because their dynamic is built on choice rather than obligation. Shiala is the only person in the series who sees Serapio as a person, not a symbol or a weapon. And Serapio, in turn, offers her a kind of recognition and steadiness that she has never really had. Their connection to each other feels earned, fragile, and quietly radical in a world that just keeps trying to use them for larger ends. And listen, put these two traumatized, powerful, deeply lonely people together on the page, give them trust and mutual recognition, and I was locked in. I was rooting for the two of them with my whole chest. But what really sealed the deal for me, though, was the series' treatment of power and belief. The more I read, the more I appreciated how Rebecca interrogates organized religion, empire, and legacy without flattening that into a simple critique. Faith can be sustaining and devastating. Power can liberate and corrupt. And nobody in this series walks away completely clean. And it doesn't stop there. The shifting alliances and escalating stakes across the trilogy are another reason this series is worth checking out. By the time you reach the last book, Mirrored Heavens, everything that felt inevitable in book one has been complicated, challenged, and in some cases, completely shattered. The payoff, though, is emotionally intense and thematically sharp in a way that really stuck with me. So, if you're a fan of epic fantasy that's character driven, politically savvy, and willing to grapple with belief, identity, and violence without hand holding, this is absolutely a series you should have on your radar, especially if you're hungry for a fantasy that doesn't default to medieval Europe or tired genre assumptions. All three of the books in this series was a 5-star read for me. I think you should start reading them yesterday. I'm only sad that it's over. I am so jealous of you if you get to read these books for the first time. Honestly, I hope against hope that Rebecca Roanhorse gives us a novella or something else set in this world. That is how badly I want to go back to it. Seriously, go pick up these books today and have your mind blown. Thanks for tuning in to this series Spotlight. I hope you found this overview helpful and that it inspires you to dive into these books. If you're ready to start reading, check out the episode description for shoppable links. I'll earn a commission if you make a purchase, and your support helps keep the show going. If you've read this series already, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop me a comment on today's episode post over on Instagram @TheBookUpPod. And if you have a favorite book series that you think I should check out next, let me know. Don't forget to follow or subscribe so you never miss an episode. Thanks again for listening, and I'll catch you next time on The Book Up.